I'm a go-getter.
It's the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black. His goal is to inspire you to become the best version of yourself. Success is the only option.
Goalgetta is all about mindset. My mindset is, since I'm here, why not be the greatest ever? And it's a win-win situation. Let's say I don't become the greatest ever. I'll become one of the greats. But it forces me to grind the greatness every day. And if you want to win that life, you got to grind the greatness every day. You deserve to live your best life. The world can sleep on you, but just make sure you don't sleep on you. So I love and believe in you, and I want to take you to that next level. Put your seatbelt on. Ride with me.
I feel the 3 words coming. I'm excited. Yeah. So welcome to the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black, and the guest I got in the building today got those 3 words coming. Not once, but twice. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited. Yeah. So welcome to the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black. Goalgetter. What's a goal-getter? I'm glad you asked. My logo sums up my message. 1 finger to the brain, 1 to the sky. All I'm saying is with the right mindset, you go to the top. I put the red check next to the brain because everything starts with the mind, and it takes blood, sweat, and tears to achieve goals. You're a goal-getter. I'm a goal-getter. Success is the only option. Everything about my guest today says success is the only option. But before we get to my guest, we got the Success is the Only Option School Tour. Yes, we're booking for 2022. So go to jblackinspires.com and make sure we coming to a city. So I just need you to book me. Go to the website, check out all the information. I'm telling you, I'm coming on a mission to change the world. Very passionate about that. Now, we also got the Success is the Only Option Teen Career Day. It's going to be crazy. It's an annual event, so it's actually February 19, 2022. What we're doing is putting different career paths in front of our youth to get them thinking about their future. I believe that goals give direction. So if you get a person excited about a goal, it'll bring discipline to their life. It'll actually make them think about their daily choices. So when they fully commit to the goal, they'll say, you know what? It doesn't make sense for me to do certain things or be around certain people because they're really committed to achieving the goal. And that's what it's going to take for we really have effective change in our community. We actually got to have our young kings and young queens thinking about goals and then actually working towards achieving the goals. And when they're committed to that, it takes them away from all the nonsense. So yes, the Success is the Only Option Teen Career Day. Register young king, young queen. We only got 120 slots and they fill it fast. And also we got sponsorship opportunities and ad placement. So get your business notice. I'm telling you, it's going to be a crazy event. Also going to shout out Goalgetta Academy. With Goalgetta Academy, we focus on goal setting, mental health, leadership development, financial literacy, entrepreneurship, community service. But our young kings and young queens actually be doing a great job. We actually have 35 young kings and young queens in the program right now, and it's a year-round program, so definitely get involved with Goalgetta Academy. Goalgetta Apparel, woo-hoo! We got a Black Friday special coming. The commercial going to drop actually soon, but I'm telling you right now, visit the website. You're going to see pop up. Grab you some Goalgetta Apparel. We got anything from the hats, shirts, shoes. I even got a Goalgetta pillow. That's right. I got a Goalgetta pillow. It's when you sleeping. I want you thinking about your goals. That's right. That's right. So definitely go to the website, grab you some Goalgetta Apparel. Now, I got to ask this question. Now, I got some new listeners and viewers. I got to ask you about the mental exercises. Now, for the new viewers, they're probably like, mental exercises, what are you talking about? Well, as you know, we live in a very cold, dark world, and people are quick to tell you what you can't do. But if you look at the word can't, take the T off, it says can. You can achieve whatever you put your mind to. But this is a great way to start your day. So when you first wake up, I need 3 positive thoughts. I'll share a few of mine with you. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be a great husband. Be a great father. That's when you first wake up. Now from there, you should be going to the restroom, brushing your teeth, washing your face. If not, we got a problem. But while you're in the restroom, look at that person you see in the mirror. I need positive affirmations. Say, I am great. I am a winner. Success is the only option. Now, to my guest. So, Demetrius Spunk Lewis, he's a reality speaker and mentor dedicated to helping youth avoid making the wrong choices that could cause them to end up in prison like he did or lose their life. So we're going to jump right into it. So, I want to know where the passion came for you to actually become a reality speaker. Because even though you had some life experiences, you didn't have to have a heart to say, you know what, I want to help give back and change lives. So where did passion come from to even want to do that?
The passion came from just wanting to be a difference maker. It was a program that I was involved in while incarcerated, and we've taken that program, me and some of the gentlemen that was intertwined in that program while incarceration, we've brought it out here into the streets, and it was called Death or Prison Eventually, Dope is for Dopes. And that program right there, man, I remember looking in the newspaper, and it was some guys from the institution that was at a high school in Akron. They was at East High School.
Right.
And I'm like, man, if I can really get out, because I got a hell of an experience, if I can really get out and I can educate and tell the youth about what it is that I've done, I could really help someone. So that was along the lines of me wanting to become, like you just said, a better individual. So that was my walk right there.
And we're going to press the rewind button because something that we normally do, and I got to have Spunk do this, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to reintroduce him. So now my special guest is at the Goalgetta Podcast with Jay Black. Now, Spunk, say what's up to the people.
The 3 words are coming.
We
The 3
excited.
words are coming.
We excited, yeah.
The 3 words are coming.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So I'm really excited about this guy because when we was at a community meeting and he was talking about his vision and how people really didn't want. They say they want change. Like, it's kind of funny. People say they want better things for our community. When you got somebody that's passionate and the things that's going on with crime that's experienced in that lane, you don't want to actually help them because this is the person that the kids going to listen to you. They're going to listen more to people that live the life that they're living. You know what I'm saying? So he was talking about his story and the things he was going through as far as even having help to even get his story out or just to get his vision out. So I was like, you know what? I got to bring you on the podcast and we got to get this, your experiences out there. Because the thing is, one of my favorite quotes, a smart person learns from their own mistakes, but a wise person learns from other people's mistakes. Now, yes, you're going to make mistakes. I want you to be smart, learn from them. But I really want you to be wise. There's so many mistakes that I made, Spunk made, so you don't have to make them. And that's his whole thing. He's already made the mistakes. And this next thing is going to trip y'all out. So, Spunk, tell him, how long were you incarcerated?
I was incarcerated for 234 months.
So when somebody say that, that's so. And then what does that equivalent in years?
That equivalates 19 and a half years on a 20-year sentence.
Oh, wait. And imagine the experience that he has. Like, we're telling you that the streets is not really what it's cracked up to be. They're glorifying certain things, but what it's going to lead to is incarceration or death. So let's press the rewind button. You know, so coming up, did you come in a 2-parent household?
Coming up, I was a typical inner city kid.
Okay.
Raised by my mother, father addicted to drugs. Mother had to work, provide. Coming up in the inner city, there was a lot of time for myself to wander off and be involved in the things that was acceptable in the neighborhood.
Right. So that thing right there, we're talking about time. Time can be very dangerous. Time can be very dangerous if it's not utilized the right way. So looking back now, do you think, this is my next question, was there any mentors that you seen at that time or were you involved in sports?
I was involved in sports, like sports was the way up out of there, up out of, our community, our neighborhood. I was a 3-sport guy growing up.
Okay.
Excelled in all of them and eventually a scholarship out of high school to play football. I was that dude at one point in time, but I still, how I want to word this, I still became a statistic.
Right. And why do you think, even though you were so promising in sports, why do you think you chose the streets?
Well, I chose the streets. I fell back onto the streets because the career and playing ball didn't add up. It didn't pan out. So once that was over, it was like, okay, go back to what it is you thought you did better at that time or you excelled at. And that was the streets. That was a pattern or a behavior that was applauded upon.
Right, and that's I want to stay right there because that's one of the main motivational factors as far as with me and my vision with Goalgetta Academy. I made a commitment, basically a promise to my young kings and young queens about a year and a half ago. And it's not even about the money. No. I feel the 3 words coming. I'm excited. Yeah. So we're still booking for the Success is the Only Option School Tour. Visit the link below. My logo sums up my message. 1 finger to the brain, 1 to the sky. With the right mindset, you go to the top. I put the red check next to the brain because everything starts with the mind, and it takes blood, sweat, and tears to achieve goals. You're a goal-getter. I'm a goal-getter. Like my hoodie says, success is the only option. You're going to hear this number I'm going to say. It's not even about the money. It's about the goal. It's to get them thinking outside the box. But I told them when I become a millionaire in this field, as far as a motivational brand, I'm going to give them each $10,000. Now, what it's about is showing them that you can think outside the box and become successful. But success is really defined on your terms. But I know it's big for our community because we value material things and certain things. For me to achieve this goal, just to show them a different way. And it's kind of funny because I've grown so much since then. They be like, you know what? So when we getting our money? I'm like, I ain't there yet. It's still working. But we were told, and it's the way, definitely, a similar experience, single parent household. We're told either it's athlete, entertainment, or the streets. That's the only way you're gonna be successful. That's unfortunately that's the choices. And my biggest thing is changing that. That's why with the Teen Career Day, Success is the Only Option Teen Career Day. We got people that looks like them as far as the community, and they're excelling in their different career paths, but it's giving them options and getting them thinking early about different things because unfortunately, everybody doesn't have a mentor. They don't have a woman can do their best thing, but like you said, your mom was at busy work trying to keep food on the table, trying to provide. You know what I'm saying? So we talking about time. So she's just trying to keep everything going. Just like my mom, she was always at work. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, if she's always at work, who was there really to talk to? In my hood, we didn't have doctors, lawyers, I can tell you this, he's a killer, he's a drug dealer, he's a robber. Those people that actually were there in the community. So that's the thing that we got to change as far as people like you that's out here that really want to talk to these young kings. So what do you really think the solution is, though? Because it seemed like, to be honest, it seems like it's getting worse.
It is getting worse, man. 2020, Akron had 50 murders, 50 of them, and me trying to implement things, it's a struggle, man. It's a struggle because it's so far gone. The disconnect with the youth and people like myself. And it's not about a thing of just targeting the youth. I want to get all people, I want to give them an avenue, a success avenue.
Okay.
I want to keep the young people from going. I want to keep the people our age from recidivism and going back.
Right.
So some of the programs that I'm trying to implement is to do both of those things. A lot of times coming up where you came up and I came up from, it's only one option. That's what you're trained to believe.
Right.
That's what you think. It's only one option. I gotta be like dude down the street, dude around the corner. Those are the guys that you up personal, close, and see, admire every day.
Right.
You think those guys are real, but when you sit here and you talk about the only way is through sports or a drug dealer's fate or a gangster's fate is limited out here in these streets. It's not a real successful run. So what I'm trying to implement, man, is I'm trying to implement some things where guys has another option as opposed to believing you only have this one option.
Very, very important. So going through your 20 year stint, so what do you think the biggest thing you grabbed from your time period in there?
To be honest, throughout the 20 years, I can't sit here and tell you that I got it in my first 2, 3, 5, not even 10 years.
Okay.
The thing about it is you got to go through that maturation, that maturity aspect within yourself to really get it. Because it was an opportunity that I could have got out 10 years early. But to be honest with you, mentally I wasn't ready.
Okay.
Not saying like I needed to stand there, but my mental wasn't there
Right.
So I would have got out and did what a lot of brothers do when getting out and they're not prepared to be out here. I would have reoffended.
Right.
So a lot of the things like sitting in there is a lot of the education or the trades, or you have to be self-motivated to do it.
Right.
It has to come from within. So just trying to accumulate some things where guys who are coming out, you have something to gravitate towards instead of that old lifestyle.
Right.
Which the thing that I learned from 20 years in, prison is a business, man. It's a lucrative business.
Ooh, talk about that. Talk about that. And that's just kind of funny, right? Because that right there, I was telling people that, okay, we had this conversation. Basically, to sum it up, okay, if you love crime so much, let's change a side that you're on. That we need more lawyers, judges, police officers. You know what I'm saying? But it is a business. So if you look at it, how profitable it is, just say prison is $1 billion business. So they really don't want crime to go away. You know how many jobs would be lost? You know what I'm saying? So we got to change our side that we're on as far as with the law. We got to change where we sit at. But when you say that, what's the first things that come into your mind?
The first thing that comes into my mind, man, like a lot of times when I go out and I present, a lot of times the approach is not the same. The message is the same, but the approach is always going to be different. And the approach, what makes it different is I come to you with facts.
Right.
I don't come to you with make-believe things. I come to you, so I learned a long time ago, arguing against knowledge and facts, you the fool.
Right.
Because I'm gonna lay it out to you. So the one thing that's a fact is there's over 49,000, and I don't use the word inmate because to me, being confined and incarcerated, inmate is a horrible word. That's like me calling you the N-word, or somebody white calling them something derogatory. So the thing that I've learned about is 49,000 people that's held captive in the state of Ohio, over 49,000 times $26,000 a year, man, to house them. So that's where we coming up with this $1 billion industry, this $1 billion business.
Wow.
And that's the fact behind it. It was a guy who, he ran some programs within the prison, and I benefited from running his programs because I got my CDLs while incarcerated. So when I got out, it was a job off top, shortage of drivers. But he sat there and he told us, he was up in Norwalk one day with us when we was getting tested for the CDL. And he's a guy from Columbus, educated, from the hood, but he was one of the ones who got out. And he hit me with a staggering thing. He said, man, I'm from Columbus. I sent my child to Ohio State, the Ohio State. And I spent $1,000 more housing you in these warehouses than I do educating my child.
That's deep. Wow. So what's the exact name of your program?
The name of my program is the Men of Dope.
Okay.
And DOPE is an acronym, stands for death or prison eventually. And what we do is, I got some dates. I'm trying to finalize and do some more with some college students. I'm trying to break into one of the colleges that I go to regularly is Ohio State ATI, the Agriculture College in Worcester, and we talk to the psychology classes.
Okay.
And we do that because they don't know our background, they don't know who we are, but it's just to get the mindset of a guy who at one point in time was deemed a lunatic, who was deemed didn't have it all. You specialize in psychology, so what better way or better day of education than a criminal's mind?
Right.
What you're doing. So I'm trying to break in. I don't want to use break in, being an ex-con. I'm trying to solidify myself in, speaking with the colleges. I'm trying to break in with Kent State. Same goes with Akron, and just trying to formalize it and, make this business that the gentleman and I came up with fruitful.
Okay. I feel that what you're talking about right now, I'm seeing the word purpose. Purpose. I feel it's definitely a purpose, and you were detailed about your vision and everything like that. So, but you talked about facts, and you solicited some facts as far as numbers. And I think that even with me, it's just changing the whole perspective. I'm new around the number, but your details, I think if the youth really thought about this in the way, and the messenger changes everything too, who's delivering the message. Mm-hmm. I think it'd be powerful. So my whole thing is, people are like, well, I'm only one person, I can't make a difference. Man, one person is powerful. Martin Luther King Jr. is one person. Barack Obama is one person. I think of somebody 50 Cent is one person. You talk about hip hop. So I feel that one person can be valuable, because if one person, you speak to an audience, if you just touch one person, that one person can change many lives, and it stems from you. And maybe one thing you might have spoke for 20 minutes, one thing you said might have grabbed them and changed the trajectory of their life. So I think that's very powerful. So what's some other goals that you have, say, coming in, if I ask you the next 5 years, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
The next 5 years, I've told people this. Right now, my trade is a truck driver. It pays the mortgage, and it's a good job. But my next 5 years, I want to be in a position where I'm headed of a company of some significance, a company that changes communities, a company that deters or change the direction of whether it be youth or young adults.
Right.
I want to be the head of the business that I'm trying to implement, because despite it all, I know it works.
Right.
I'm living proof that it does work.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times it falls on the determination of the individual.
Right.
But a lot of times you got to weed through and see who's for real, who's sincere. But in 5 years, I want to be ahead of a company that's making a real contribution in society. Because I've learned one valuable thing in society. It's either you helping it or you hurting it.
Hold on. We got to press the rewind buttons and make sure y'all heard that. Say that one more time.
In these communities that we come up in society out here, it's one of two things. Either you're helping it or you're condemning it, you're hurting it. There's no in between.
I believe that. That's definitely real. So tell the people some principles that you live by.
Principles that I live by, man. Some of the principles I live by is just keeping my word on things that I say I'm going to do. If I say I'm going to do it, I put forth every effort into doing it. There's no more to me than, what you see right here. If I tell you I do it, I'm going to do it. I make every effort into doing what it is that I tell you I'm going to do. And the biggest thing is I like to see change in people, for the better. So those are some of the characteristics that makes me who I am. But, just being determined on who I say I am, being an individual.
That's dope, man. And I want you to give the people your social media information. Then I got one more question for you. Okay. So give the people your social media information so they can stay in contact with you.
Okay. My social media on Facebook is Demetrius Spunk Lewis. Same as on IG. Not my email. You want that?
Oh no, they can go from there. No.
Yeah.
So
those
Facebook,
two right there.
Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook and IG.
Okay.
Demetrius Spunk Lewis.
Okay, great. Now this is the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black. So I gotta ask you this question: how important are goals to you?
Listen, man, goals are very important. Goals are something. Put it like this: goals are necessity. But it's one thing I think that's more important than just having a goal. Obtaining and succeeding in that goal.
Right.
Because a goal alone could just be a dream.
Right.
But make that dream come true and achieve whatever it is you set forth to do.
Love it, love it. And we're on that subject. So the way I look at it, it's one thing to have a goal, but it doesn't come real until you write it down. So in my book, Goals Give Direction, I actually share my daily format as far as writing down goals. Because when you write it down and you see it, it becomes real. And we take it a step further. So I want you to actually just starting off with daily goals. So you put the date in the top right-hand corner, and then you're going to actually sign it. By signing it, you actually commit to what you write down. And the big component as far as having a high execution rate when it comes to achieving goals, having one accountability partner.
Yeah.
So with me, it's my wife, so I'll show her my goals, and she knows what button to push. Me, I eat, sleep, breathe my brand, Goalgetta. So if I'm slacking on something I said I'm going to do and write it down, she'll say, oh, I thought you was a goal-getter. And that's the button to beat, Hey, I got the goal-getter tattoo, head to toe. I'm goal-getter out. I don't play no games when it comes to the brand. Right. So that definitely, straightens me up. And I'm super self-motivated anyway. If I'm slipping maybe on a date or a time or something like that, that's the button. You know what I'm saying? So you got to find out what your button is. You need to have one person that can hold you accountable. And that definitely will help you execute your goals at a higher level. But yeah, goals are very, very important. I definitely appreciate you coming to Goalgetta Podcast with Jay Black. No I feel that your voice is needed, very needed in our community. And I definitely want to do all I can to definitely put you in the position to definitely talk to some of our at-risk youth. Because, like I said, it's not a matter of we got people that's delivering a message, but it depends who the messenger is. Mm-hmm. And if somebody can relate more to the messenger, they're going to receive the message more. So we definitely I got some things coming up I definitely want you to be a part of. I want y'all to definitely make sure that you press the rewind button, share some of the detailed facts that he actually stated with people that's going through some things. The purpose of Goalgetta Podcast with Jay Black is definitely, we talk about goals, we talk about community, but we want to share information, each one teach one, so let's definitely get this information out there, connect with my guy, he's got some things going, and definitely follow his journey as he focuses on. I want you to say that acronym again as far as your program.
It's called the Men of Dope, and DOPE is an acronym, and it stands for Death or Prison Eventually.
And that's real. And if you don't get focused and lock in on your goals, that's what it's going to be. Death or prison eventually. So I appreciate y'all tuning into the Goalgetta Podcast with Jay Black. I love and believe in you. And always remember, always remember, always remember, only person that can stop you is you. Yes. I feel the 3 words coming. I'm excited. Yeah, you're a goal-getter. And I want you to wear who you are. Visit the website below and grab you some Goalgetta apparel. We got the hoodies, we got the Goalgetta joggers, we got the Goalgetta beanie hats, and much more.
It's the Goalgetta Podcast with Jay Black. Stay excited and stay connected. www.jblackinspires.com